Yo, what's good, everybody? In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind for a while now, and it's the fact that we are giving companies way too much power and way too much decision making in our lives. Like the fact of the matter that we are conditioned or we are guilt tripped into thinking that every day, well, not every day, every year, we need the flashiest thing that comes out. Like people in the PCMR community guilt trip other members into thinking that in order for you to have a competent and a good computer, you need to spend thousands of dollars, things that you may not need or things that you are not probably gonna get the juice out of because it's not in your budget or it's not the type of content you want to consume or the type of things you want to do with your computer. Some people just need a computer to play games. Some people need a computer to play games and or do some content creation on the side, like do some TikToks and stuff like that. But not everybody needs a 4090 or a 5090. And us as consumers and us as part of the PCMR community need to stop guilt tripping and having this line of thinking that everybody needs to have a 5090 in order for you to have a competent gaming computer, or that everybody needs to have a 9800 X3D in order for you to have a really good competitive computer, which is not the case. Not everybody's needs are the same. Not everybody's wants are the same. Some people just want a computer that works. Some people just want a computer to play competitive games. Some people just want a computer to play AAA titles. And not everybody cares about high frame rates or high hertz on their monitors and stuff like that. So guilt tripping somebody into spending money that they may not have for things that they may not need is something that we also need to stop doing, because it makes us turn into guinea pigs or scapegoats of companies, because we are the defenders of, let's say, NVIDIA in this case, or AMD, trying to make others spend money on things that they're not needed, because they probably have a very competent computer, and for the games that they play or the games that they plan on playing, they don't need a new 60 class gaming car or a new 70 car gaming class 70 class gaming car. Some people are pretty good and feel pretty nice about having for lack of a better word, a 50-50 or even a 30-50. So guilt tripping somebody into spending money that they're not comfortable spending on things that they're not gonna get, let's say, 3, 4, 5x time of whatever it is that they're investing in, is something that we need to stop doing. Because look at how NVIDIA is treating the gaming community. They started with the 20 series, giving us a kick in the butt with 80 class GPU that used to be the top of the line. It used to cost $700. How much did it cost when the 2080 Ti came out? It was $1,200. And yeah, we all rage in the comments of YouTube videos and YouTube Reddit posts and stuff like that, but nobody did anything. Still, I mean, it wasn't selling like really good because people, it was kind of like during the time that the pandemic started, so people didn't have that money to spend, but it wasn't selling that bad either. So they ran with the thought that, oh, people are buying it, so therefore we could still charge this amount of money and probably even more for things, and people are gonna buy it regardless because people trust us. And even then, and since then, the gaming division on NVIDIA has gone downhill. The only good argument that could have been said for the NVIDIA's GPU could have been said for the 30 series, and even then, I mean, it was flying off the shelves, sure, and it was even during the pandemic when people didn't have any money. But even then, it wasn't selling like super great. Like not everybody was going out and shelling out thousands of dollars, and that at that point in time, for things that they didn't need. Like people were comfortably gaming with their 5, 6, 7, even 10-year-old GPU at that point. People are still at this point in time. Like there's people rocking the 700 series and NVIDIA. There's people rocking the 200 series AMD. There's people rocking the 500 series AMD still in 2025. And that's perfectly fine, because if they still can play everything that they need to play, even doing mods or stuff, because they are in the PCMR community, so therefore they're like tinkering around and stuff like that. So we shouldn't guilt tripping people into thinking that, oh yeah, you need to have a 5090, you need to buy a 5080 or whatever. No, if you're perfectly fine with a 580 even though I don't recommend it anymore, or even a what is it, a 5700 XT is still perfectly fine for you and the game and your gaming needs and whatever it is that you need to do, then you're good. There's people rocking Intel chips from like 10 years ago, perfectly fine. Hell, there's even people making NAS builds with CPUs from like 5 to 10 years ago, from Xeons that were ran in people's in companies' servers from like 10 years ago. And that's perfectly fine. So why do we feel the need to having people think that they need to spend money or way more money that they are comfortable with on GPUs, ergo giving companies power to charge whatever it is that they want? Look what NVIDIA is doing with the 50 series. It was what, like 5 to 10%, 15 at tops performance uplift from the previous gen. How is that justifiable for charging the same or even more money than the previous version? When was the last time that NVIDIA, aside from features in their gaming app now, whatever it is, the NVIDIA app or whatever it's called, or before the G4 experience, gave us features outside of that, way before that? Like, when was the last time they did that? When was the last time that NVIDIA actually innovated in a 60 class card that didn't cost like what a mid-range to high-end GPU used to cost like close to 10 years ago? Like, I get it, inflation and all that, but we cannot all just turn a blind eye and say that everything is due to inflation. We gotta hold these companies accountable for whatever it is that we are enabling them to do. Not everybody, like I said, needs top of the line graphics card. Everybody's fine with just a hand-me-down or something that someone found laying around that they could have used for the time being or whatever, and they just kept going because it was fine for what they were doing. Like I said, there's still people rocking 10 series cars, 900 series cars, 700 series cars, even though they lost support like a while ago. They're perfectly fine. It's not like they break them or whatever. So to round it up, I want us to join forces together, not just in comment section, not just in on Reddit posts or forum posts about what it is that these greedy companies are doing to us consumers. We need to band together and start voting with our wallets, letting them know that this is no longer acceptable, that we are no longer accepting this type of behavior. Getting the same performance of a car from like generations ago, or probably even 3 generations ago, minor plus or minus a little bit of uplift for like way more money. Because when was the last time a 60 class car costed like $200? Probably when the 1060 was around. Because I think it started with the 20 series where they started charging like what, $350 for a 60 class car. That's unacceptable, guys. And we need to do better. And we need to learn to do better. And we need to hold each other accountable for this type of behavior. So this is my PSA to all of you guys. Start voting with your wallets, not just writing it down in a YouTube comment, not just writing it down in a Reddit post, not just writing it down in a forum post or the LTT post, forum or whatever. You gotta start doing it with your wallet too. Again, been a pleasure. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.